Jey out injured, but only for storyline.
New tag champs.
And the Hook, the masked man, is finally unveiled. Welcome to Wrestle MSX, the best wrestling channel on YouTube you've never heard of. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
And we open to absolute chaos as we see Jey Uso loaded into the back of an ambulance with Jacob Fatu going with him. We then see Trick Williams and Javon Evans exchange words, with Trick saying now he only has to defeat 4 other men. Drew McIntyre then heads to the ring through the crowd, saying he had nothing to do with Jey's attack, with Nick Aldis then heading out. Aldis tells Drew to get to his office when Cody Rhodes heads out. Drew retreats into the crowd while Rhodes enters the ring. Rhodes wants to go now, with Drew saying he told Aldis he'd leave, so he's going to leave. Rhodes calls Drew a pitch, with Randy Orton then heading out. He tells Drew he'll win the Elimination Chamber and then gets in the ring. He's about to address Rhodes when Whoop Dat Trick also heads out. He talks about his lemon pepper steppers when Evans heads out. He gets in the ring with LA Knight then coming out and getting in the ring. He runs down everyone, then finishes with everyone saying Whoop That Trick, as he's interrupted by Williams. Trick and Knight then start brawling and head off up the rampway, with Orton then arcing Evans before eyeballing Rhodes and exiting the ring. Absolutely love this. This is what you need. Yeah. You need your big players on your weekly shows. Yes. You don't need them just showing up for main events or doing promo videos saying they're going to be on something. I'm talking to you, Roman Reigns, saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be at Rumble," but then not even showing up, not even doing a promo, just doing some voiceover and some pictures and videos of you doing stuff before. This is what we need. This is why Raw and SmackDown have been boring these last few weeks. There's no big players doing anything. No. They all interact with one another. It was good. It was enjoyable. This is how you do it.
We head to Kathy Kelly next, who's with Tiffany Stratton. She asks if what happened to Jey is of concern, with Stratton saying no. The Kabuki Warriors then show up, with Asuka saying no one's ready for Asuka. Stratton says she's ready for Asuka tonight.
First up tonight, Solo Sikoa versus Uncle Howdy. No sidekicks. A Samoan drop nets Solo the first 2 count of the night, with a Samoan then hitting a spinning solo and splash, but only for another 2. Sikoa goes for a Sister Abigail, but Howdy locks in the mandible claw. Solo escapes with the spike, then follows up with 2 corner hip attacks.
Solo lines up a third, but Howdy no-sells the attacks. Meets Solo halfway across the ring, and Sister Abigail's him. Howdy then covers and gets the win. After the match, Howdy reclaims the lantern, but gets ambushed by the MFTs, who retake the lantern once again.
I thought this was finished.
The Wyatts head out, but it's too late as the MFTs head off into the crowd.
Backstage, Nick Aldis tells Drew McIntyre to stay home and out of trouble, with a vision then appearing. Aldis asks what they want, with Heyman saying Jey won't make the chamber tomorrow, so suggests Logan Paul enter instead. Aldis suggests it's convenient that Jey gets injured and they show up, but will make some calls.
Kathy Kelly then asks Rhea Ripley if she feels her tag match later will distract her from the Elimination Chamber. Rhea replies no, with Iyo Sky then saying that Rhea will win the Elimination Chamber. Jade Cargill then appears, saying the chamber should be her focus, and hopes she doesn't hurt herself for tomorrow.
And that is not the last we will see of Jade Cargill. We also see Jacob Fatu telling Nick Aldis he has a Drew problem and asks to be put in the Elimination Chamber. Fatu says he'll win and then go to WrestleMania and solve that problem. Aldis once again says he needs to make some phone calls, and I think we can see where this is going.
Tiffany Stratton heads out next to take on Asuka, with Chelsea Green pushed out by Alba Fire on comms. Halfway down the rampway, Asuka tells us she's resting ahead of Elimination Chamber.
Clever.
So tells Stratton she'll be facing Kairi Sane instead. Great opening with Stratton picking up 2 from an Alabama slam after the break. Stratton then looks to go high, but Zayn stops it, then double stomps Tiffy from the top rope and covers for 2.
Stratton picks up another 2, with Zayn then landing a DDT on the apron before coming off the top rope and covering for 2. Zayn goes up again, but Stratton pushes her from the top rope, with Zayn landing on fire. Green then squares up to Stratton, with Zayn then coming off the apron and landing on Green as Stratton ducked out of the way. Very busy. The combatants then get back in the ring, where Stratton lands a rolling senton, the prettiest moonsault ever, and covers for the 3, as if that was ever in doubt.
Yeah. Backstage, Aldis has some news for the Vision.
Ooh.
And surprise, surprise, Paul will get his opportunity to compete in the Elimination Chamber if he beats Jacob Fatu in a match later.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Heyman can't believe it, but Paul backs himself.
Next up, The Miz versus Oba Femi. Miz heads out the ring as soon as the bell rings, grabs a mic and tells Oba they don't need to fight. Wants to take Femi under his wing and be his Undertaker. A locker room leader, if you will. Oba ain't buying what The Miz is selling and proceeds to beat up The Miz, finish him off with a fall from grace and cover for the 3.
Backstage, Ilya Dragunov tells Carmelo Hayes he doesn't deserve a title shot at the moment, so tells him to go out and win. Hayes says he doesn't need a pep talk and maybe give himself a pep talk.
Carmelo Hayes takes on Matt Cardona next in an open challenge for the United States Championship. Cardona had a great showing and dominated the start and middle of the match. The Mystica got Hayes a 2, with Cardona getting 2 off a double arm underhook powerbomb before another off a Rough Rider. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough as the first 48 put Cardona to bed, with Hayes picking up the victory.
Backstage, we're still wondering what's in the box, with R-Truth pushing the ESPN app once again. Gargano goes by planking, with Wilson then appearing and calling everyone toxic.
Candice LeRae takes on Jordynne Grace next. We have a nice seesaw of 1 count covers with the crowd as dead as a doornail. They get excited for a delayed vertical suplex from the middle rope by Grace, with Gargano, who was planking on the announcer's desk, suddenly getting up and walking towards the back. This distracts LeRae, with Grace then landing a pump-handle German suplex into cover. Grace gets the count and scores, of course, the victory. I don't think that was in doubt either, to be fair.
Backstage, Kathy Kelly asks Raquel Rodriguez what it would mean if she won at WrestleMania, assuming she wins the Chamber, with Rodriguez saying if her and Liv were champions of both brands, it would mean that Judgment Day would run WWE.
No.
Jade Cargill then rocks up and tells Rodriguez if she wins tomorrow, she'll embarrass her at WrestleMania. B-Fab and Meechin then appear, with Cargill telling Meechin if she's going to do something, do it. Meechin squares up to Cargill, but B-Fab pulls her away.
I wonder when this is going to happen.
I don't know. Not looking forward to it.
Dragging on for a while. We see Fatu getting a pump on, with Rhodes saying he hopes it's him in the Elimination Chamber before walking up to Sami Zayn and shaking his hand. Rhodes then heads off, with Sami then going over to Fatu and asking how Jey is. Fatu says he ain't doing too good, with Sami then saying he knows he didn't do it, but can't be 100% sure he can say the same about Fatu. Sami finds it odd that Fatu was there when Jey got injured and now finds himself in a match to get to the Elimination Chamber, adding he feels Drew screwed him. Fatu responds by reminding Zayn of the Elimination Chamber qualifying match they had, where Sami was the only one who didn't get claymored by Drew. So does that mean that Fatu's assuming that McIntyre and Zayn are in cahoots?
Yeah?
It was a very long-winded way of saying it. And how come Fatu's back? I'm sure he went off in the ambulance anyway with Jey. He's been in contact with him the whole time.
Up next, the Irresistible Forces versus Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. The Forces catch the champs coming off the apron and then swing them into the crowd barrier just as we head to a break. We come back to Legend bullying Sky, with Ripley waiting for the hot tag. Naturally, she gets it and takes out Jax and Lash before covering Jax for 2 after a miss-out dropkick.
Ripley picks up another 2 after powerbombing Jax picked her up from the middle rope, with the Forcers then regaining control. Jax Simone drops Ripley onto the announcer's desk before a chokeslam from Lash and leg drop from Jax get the Forcers another 2 count, as Sky made the save. Sky then takes it to the Giant and lands an over the moonsault to Legend, only for Jax to break up the following cover.
Jax then annihilates Sky with Legend covering, but Ripley pulls Lash off and halts the count at 2. Jax then suffers a riptide, but Lash grabs Rhea, pulls off a lash extension and covers Ripley for the 1, 2, 3. We now have new women's WWE Tag Team Champions, which I think we did kind of say would happen.
Did we? I knew they'd get it somewhere along the line, but I wasn't quite sure they'd get it yet. I mean, you've given them a team name, so
exactly.
You're clearly going to do something with them.
Yeah.
Let's have them having it for a long time and being heelish.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. Backstage, Charlotte Flair is eating ice cream, saying that she's fine. She's not. To Alexa Bliss, with Kiana James and Julia then showing up. James says they'll take all the gold, which she says every time, with Jade Cargill, again, then appearing. She tells the 2 in the chamber, Bliss and James, good luck, and then heads off.
We see Solo Sikoa next telling Nick Aldis he's not happy with the Wyatts, with Aldis saying he's not happy with the MFTs, especially with them jumping Howdy. Aldis then informs Solo there will be a match next week to determine new number 1 contenders for the tag titles.
But that shouldn't bother Solo or the MFTs because it's just getting a number 1 contender.
Yeah.
Anyway, we then see Jax and Legend celebrate their victory, which is followed by a promo video of Punk in his hometown of Chicago, obviously where the Elimination Chamber, PLE, is being held.
We then head back to the back where we see Aleister Black saying he thinks he's awoken something in Orton's head. Orton says when he's done with the chamber, he will find him.
I do not care about Black versus Orton.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm just not interested in Aleister Black whatsoever. Sorry, Aleister Black fans, or if you're watching, you just bore me. So, to the main event of the evening, Logan Paul versus Jacob Fatu for the vacant spot in the Elimination Chamber. Paul with Theory and Heyman, of course. Fatu takes it to Paul with mounted headbutts, chops and clotheslines before the pair go out the ring just as we break. We come back to a 2 count cover by Paul and another one after a springboard moonsault.
Paul goes for the pole riser, but Fatu reverses. Theory and Heyman then get involved, which distracts Fatu, allowing Paul to low blow the werewolf and then punch him. Logan then lands a frog splash and covers, but only for 2. Theory then gets super kicked by the masked man, with Paul then jumping from the apron and downing the mystery man with a forearm.
Now, I was watching this and I thought, there ain't no way he's not being unmasked now.
Yeah.
So it does allow Paul to grab the mask and pull it off to reveal an absolute no one, with backstagers then walking the nobody to the back. Back in the ring, Fatu Simone drops Paul and then looks for his moonsault. But as he's bouncing up the ropes, Drew McIntyre appears and clocks him with the belt. This stuns the werewolf, with Logan Paul then rolling up Fatu and getting the 1, 2, 3. Oh, Drew, love it. You got to
SmackDown goes off the air with Paul giving it the big one, saying he's going to win.
Absolutely love it.
Bit of chaos at the end.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I thought that Fatu was going to win because apparently Bronson Reed was supposed to win in the Elimination Chamber qualifying match on Monday, so he was going to be like the brawler / the bruiser. So you don't need any more high flyers because you've got Jey that was in. Yeah. I mean, obviously not now, and you've got Javon Evans. So to put Logan Paul in, do you need another high flyer?
I think it was more to have a member of the Vision.
Yes,
that's all I can think.
Yeah, good thinking. So
if he was meant to be in,
So I thought maybe they'll put Fatu in because you've got that brawler to replace a brawler. But as you say, they've gone with Logan Paul. He's a part of the Vision. I mean, he ain't going to win.
No, I don't think he's going to win.
No matter how much he builds it up.
Yeah.
But for me, they just didn't want Jey in.
No,
obviously they needed to call it.
It was a quick decision. I think.
But the thing is, anybody could. No, anybody. No, because they obviously needed Jey to do what he needed to do at the start. So yeah, Jey's out. They clearly didn't want him in.
No.
Overall, I thought this was a better SmackDown. Stratton Sane was a very good match. Great start, great counters, flowed nicely. And the last match was just busy. I mean, you knew it wasn't going to go smooth, but I don't mind that. Yeah. I don't mind the interruptions. I don't always want something
as long as it
clean.
Means something.
Yes. I don't that masked man. I don't see them. I don't really understand now.
I don't know unless it's going to come out again at the chamber now that we've got
see,
a member in there.
That makes you wonder if it's part of Drew McIntyre. Like, you go in, you distract him, and then I'll just
I'll come
along and try and get Jacob. But God, I just love it. So anyway, now for Michael's moment of the night. This could be a match, a line, a look, a promo, something funny, interesting, serious, quirky, and or different. Just something that catches my eye. Obviously, it has to wait until the end, because if I do it halfway through and it's something that happens at the end, it's kind of a spoiler. So, Michael's moment of the night. Sometimes good, sometimes shite. So hang around and wait and see as to whether you disagree. It was the opening. Simple as that. All the big dogs are there. Drew, Orton, Rhodes, Knight. Jey gets carted off in an ambulance. It's all there. It's what you want to hook you in.
Yeah.
What's happened? Why is it happening? Who did it?
Yeah.
I've got a storyline straight away. Right, what's going on here? I need to know. Now, we don't know what's happened.
No.
But that's the whole point. It's to pull you along on that ride. I don't want somebody coming out cutting a promo all the time just to say, I'm going to win. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
You're not going to say you're going to lose, are you? But it was just like, you're in the back or in the concourse and Jey's getting loaded into an ambulance. You're like, what is going on? Have I come halfway through? Have I missed something? Am I late to the showing? But no, I absolutely love that. Brilliant. They need to do that more. And everybody's there. Don't just do it for main events or PLEs or whatever you want to call them. Get the big dogs there, at least 2 or 3 once a week on everything.
Yeah.
Get people in.
Definitely. If you agree or have any other thoughts or views that you'd like to share with us, please feel free to leave them in that comment section down below.
And if nothing else, just give us a like. We're really trying with this.
Don't forget to go and check out our Musings video with our thoughts and opinions of the last week of WWE, because a new one drops every Wednesday.
Once again, thank you for watching.
And we'll see you Sunday for our look at the Elimination Chamber.